You're in charge.
What, we've started?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh. Hello, you guys.
And welcome to another exciting episode of
Feel It Real Fun.
That's right, my name
is 2020.
That's right.
My name.
As of April 4th, 2000 and... Anyway, I was 41 at the time. It was a very fascinating year. Victoria.
41 at the time.
Yes. When I went to court, 2020, all that stuff.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, many moons ago.
Change your name. Wow, look at all of a sudden all these people.
Jesus.
Wow, hang on, slow down. Right, hello, Betty,
Join
Catherine,
slower.
and
God's sake.
someone I missed, NJ, and
We don't have enough time
Lauren
to
and
acknowledge you.
Catherine, Heidi, Joe without an E, Stella, Jim, hello, Leah,
This
Tamika,
is such good
Joe,
fun.
yeah, well, hello. Coffee, yeah, we both got our coffee.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
today.
And I put it in a low and...
Hello,
Bro,
Karina
thanks.
and Kim and Andrew Maxwell. Hello, how are you going up
Maxwell
there?
Andrew.
Jessica.
Andrew. Yeah, we got the paperwork for Slave Boy.
Yes.
So,
Slave boy.
okay, so that's how that is. That's got to go back one more notch tomorrow.
And there was someone else. Hello, Alona and Kim.
Probably wasn't anyone important.
Oh, Tyra. Okay, loads of people. Hello, Angie and Yummy Yaz. I'm having coffee too. Good one.
Some people actually think I'm a knucklehead, right? I just have fun.
You just know.
I just know I am, right? You know,
Oh, we just know.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. My buddy Marty says to me one day, "Do you think I'm an asshole?" I says, "Oh, I don't think you are." No. Yep. Like when the cop says, "Are you trying to get out of a ticket?" "No, sir, I am not trying."
Jose and Gail. Hello.
Good morning, Gail. Jose, welcome to the show. Yeah, that's my bits. Doobie doobie doo. I tell
Dry
you what,
skin.
He said that this lecture had the quote I wanted.
Can you do a search?
Nah, I turned
Who's
off the
he?
thing.
Not that.
The Google.
OL guy. All right.
Okay. All right, tell him what to do.
Hello, Paula and John. Right, so go to freeneville.com. Join us in Manifesting Mastery by going to manifestingmasterycourse.com, and to watch refunds of these, go to feelitrealfun.com.
Yeah.
That's those.
Oh, that's it.
Yep, housekeeping. as you call
Housekeeping
it.
is done.
Done
All right,
and
so
dusted.
we're doing weird manifesting this week. It's been a lot of fun. It still is because it's only
We've
Wednesday.
been doing what?
Weird manifesting.
Yes, we
Remember, we
have.
talked about time,
Yes.
right? You give birth to time. Okay. Remember, consciousness is what,
Your only reality.
right? And your awareness of being is what? The G
God.
word.
God.
Yeah. I don't think she's a fan of the G word.
I'm not.
It just,
This
I mean,
God
like,
and Jesus
yeah,
stuff, I don't know about
we
that.
pull up to the driveway and I go, give him the Jesus, right? Yeah. In other words, pull out into traffic, right? Or,
Yeah.
or I say, oh, let me grab the God handle while you give him the Jesus, and she sort of just fuzzes out.
Yeah.
So anyway, we all have those words that we don't like.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
that's right. So meanwhile, back at the ranch,
At the ranch.
Monday, right? We took care of
Time.
time, right? Because if you believe time is out there, you got to go to war against it, right? Or protect it. Oh, I protect my precious time. Okay. Day 2, yesterday,
Yes.
we did attention. That
Yes.
was episode 422.
Yeah.
And I just need Victoria's attention so that I know I'm a loving husband.
Yes.
Money loves me. No, yeah, talk about crazy, right?
Mm.
Yeah, that Money Loves Me video has got like billions of views, right? And it's like, let's play a game called Money Can't Give You Attention, right? She might love me. He might love me. You guys might love me or think that I'm a dick, right? But either way, right? By the way, you can't give me attention no matter what. Attention is what you give life to, what you give life through. It's not something you actually give to someone, right? Oh, look at all that. Yeah, we got
So we can't.
I can't give you attention. You want a pound of it? Right?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
As a noun.
Right. You ever notice people that want your attention? Victoria has to give me her attention because I'm insecure. No matter how much she gives me, I'm still insecure. And eventually we have take your gun to work day because no one at work gives me attention. Right? Now, you were digging in deep this week and having
Yeah.
some fun, Tamika.
Yeah.
All right. So Sheena says, let's get weirder. Sam, I believe this is your first show. I'm sorry. Right? I'm just going to apologize up front. I'm sorry. Right?
Everyone
Watch some of the
else
normal
knows.
shows.
Yeah.
Right? Normal shows.
Sometimes we're normal and sometimes we're not.
Mm.
Hello, Candace. I'll put this down very
All right.
gently.
So today I had some quotes in mind, but I can't find them. And the number one is not on the lecture that Google says it should be. And since I'm a victim of Google, we're just going to run, right?
Right.
All right.
So what did you say yesterday we were going to do today?
Today we're going to do, I talked about having the eyes in the back of my head.
Oh, that's right.
But we're going to call it Weird Science and Neville Goddard the Adventurer.
Weird Science.
Yeah, silence.
Silence.
Weird Science.
Oh.
And Neville Goddard the Adventurer.
What?
Ready?
You love playing on these words.
So-
Right. So,
so-
weird silence and weird science.
That's right.
Okay.
Let's go back to peanut butter, guys.
Yes.
Sam, you ever buy peanut butter? Yes or no? Let me know.
Well,
No.
she might have. There might be comments. Yes.
Yeah, Gary
Okay.
may have bought peanut butter.
Oh,
That'd be
Gary's just
interesting.
joined. Okay.
Welcome to the show. So,
Yeah.
peanut butter, right? I experienced, watch the last two shows. I go shopping. Usually Victoria sits in the car, plays Scrabble, and whoops on Daniela.
I'm looking after the pups.
Right, right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, back at the ranch, when I see the peanut butter, you know what I experience?
What?
Pretty much silence, right? Skippy or Jif. I don't have Skippy or Jif, which is on sale. What was it last week? What will be next week? Excuse me, little
Well,
girl.
we have craft
Right?
or home brand
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Australia.
You still have Skippy and Jif, I think.
Do we?
I think so.
Oh.
So, but I don't have all this rackety in there, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have to go counter rackety. In other words, peanut butter, Skippy or Jif. I have the deservingness of Jif. I have enough money to buy Jif. I am a Jif kind of guy. Jif loves me, Jif loves me, Jif loves me. And then put it in the cart, right? That's called madness, right?
Yes.
Somebody should make the Peanut Butter Loves Me video. What's her name?
Oh, yeah,
Lauren.
Lauren.
Peanut Butter Loves Me, right? If you watch the show, do it.
Yeah.
Devram, how you enjoy that pack, pal? Cool. So let's keep going. So back in the old days, I was a martial artist. Still am, but I don't train the way I used to. I train differently. Now, back in the old days, it was, if I fought one-on-one, pretty much it was always a win for me, right? I distorted time, right? Bang, right? And that was it. Game was over. Not much fun. Now, you get it? I didn't distort time. I gave myself plenty while they were just thinking time was out there. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I said yesterday about my buddy Will. Will was my #1 student, first guy promoted to second-degree black belt.
Oh, yeah, you were saying.
And Will had a job. Will's job was to
trying
kill
kill
me.
you 4
right?
times or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, as many times as he could in the class. Out of the blue, his job was to just whoop on me, break a leg, kill me, whatever it took,
Yeah.
right? And to actually do it, full-on attack with the intention of doing it. Because if he did the full-on attack without the intention, it just didn't work all that well. And if he did a half-assed attack with the intention, it didn't work that well.
Yeah.
But if he came at me, he just loved it.
Yes.
All right, let's move forward a little bit.
Okay.
All right, sit in the shade. Look at that. Ooh, they saw your boobs.
Spider.
Anyway.
Where did he go?
So I want you to do some Neville Goddard research since I can't, right? Ready? Neville says things like, well, one day while I was just sitting in the silence, right? Suddenly this vision of a rock and a yada, yada, yada. There's another day where he talks about, and then one day I was just being formless and faceless. And then, right? Now I want you to get this. Neville also played a lot with things like we talk about in the group, making here, there, then, now, right? So perceiving the world from someplace different. He was seen in Barbados whenever he was in New York, right?
Oh, was he?
Yes. Yeah. So his nephew was sick, and he was imagining loving with the nephew or somebody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the mother or whatever saw him, right? And it's like one of those things. Well, he was there in consciousness. Is the only reality, right? What I want you to do is play. Now, if I can experience the world, okay, so here's a common technique we talk about. If you live in New York and you want to move to California, experience the world from New York, and now experience the world from California. Everything shifts and gets weird.
How would it be different?
Florida, for me, is way up there. When I grew up, Florida was way down there. But if I think of Florida right now, it's way up there someplace. I mean, it's far away. Fudge, man. Chances of me going to Disneyland, right? No, right? Not gonna happen. Not gonna fly all that way to see a rat
See a rat.
with a glove.
Yeah, got you.
Right. Pauline Brown is.
Hello, hi.
Now,
Pauline and Brian.
so get how cool this is.
Brett.
So let's go back to the martial arts thing. Ready? So if you can move consciousness, if you can perceive the world from someplace different, if you're in Pittsburgh, go to Portland, right? If you can play with that stuff, And you can also perceive it from very small or very vast. There's endless games you can play when you get that consciousness is the only reality, right? This is not the reality. This is something that I animate. So how are we doing? Yes, no, some feedback, because this is where it's going to get really cool.
I did this for my dog who was in
The kennel, I hugged him.
oh,
Yeah, nice.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Isn't that cool? By the way, I used to have a cat. And I used to go to Virginia Beach a lot. So I'd drive from Pennsylvania to Virginia Beach, spend the week down there, go to the Edgar Casey place and the other New Age place that was on the ocean. A lot of fun, a lot of good books to have giggles at. And then I'd drive home, right? But when I was driving home, my buddy Perry Culver, who's not here today, but who I used to whoop on a lot, Perry would take care of the cat even though he has cat allergies. And when I left, I would always go home first and just say, Precious, coming home. And she'd shit on the floor like the minute I did that, right? Right? And I'd get home, and sure enough, there'd be 6-hour-old cat poop. If you have a cat long enough, you know the difference between 5-hour-old cat poop and 2-day-old cat poop, right? And Perry would say, I don't know what her problem is. And I said, look, Perry, if you know it's the day I'm coming home, don't clean it up because I want to study it, right? So, because the cat would never poop in front of the television unless it was time for me to come home, right? So I just, hello, Precious. And she'll probably just go, shit. Right?
He's coming.
Right? So, consciousness is the only reality. What I'm going to invite you to is to play with it. So if I can be in Virginia Beach and go up to Pittsburgh and say, hello, kitty, right? Guess what? You can do anything, right? Now let's go back to the martial arts thing, right? So I'm training, and I'm having 4, 5, 6 students of mine try to whoop on me at once. And here's what happens. I perceive from everywhere. A psych nurse once told me that I move like a blind guy because I'm not perceiving like a lighthouse, right? If you take a walk with me, you might notice it, but I don't perceive like this, right? I can look out, but I'm perceiving a lot more than just this from a point expanding out, right? Here's the thing. This is stuff that everybody can do. This is stuff that almost every war vet I've talked to does. They don't know who to talk to about it because they're afraid they'll get locked up. But I'd tell them, look, it's like when you're in the woods and it's like you're perceiving from everything. And they go, wow, shut the door, right? So when I'd be fighting, I'd perceive from the guy behind me ready to punch my head in. And I'd perceive from me and from him and from the other guys, right? This is just good fun. But the thing is, you can move this, your body is, I'll just call it localization, right? This is where you spend most of your life. This is where you drink coffee at, right? You can experience coffee in consciousness, and it's just as real as this. Right? Go play the coffee game. Somebody play it here with us, right? If you imagine, if you experience having coffee with us, you will, because you first experience it in imaginal consciousness, then also through the physical, as long as you believe in the reality of your mental act. So, how we doing? Comments? Questions? Yasmin says, I was in Brisbane last night with Andrew. Oh, I bet that was bad.
Nice.
So.
Good point, 20. I have 2,200.
Is that good or bad? I can't remember which way it's supposed to go. Like if 220 is better or if 2,200 sucks. Yeah. So you can have so much fun with this. Move your attention. I used to go down to the park and there'll be a telephone pole, I don't know, 30, 40 meters from me. And I'd just put my attention over there and suddenly something like Q72 pops in. And I walk over and I look around and there's a little tag on it that says Q72 that you can't see from the road, right? You can have so much fun with this. But the thing is, as long as you think I'm a physical body and the only point of this is to manifest up a coffee and money and satisfaction, right? Whoa. So toss up some comments if you would. Victoria, questions, comments, thoughts? We'll toss it to you because we've got lots here.
So at the end there you did the eyes in the back of the head weirdness bit. So I get that.
Yep.
And then you said the silence or the science.
Yep.
At the very beginning.
So that started with peanut butter. By the way,
yeah.
Watch Martial Arts Master. And they don't have a lot of what they have is And anyone that's within 1,000 meters, their hand stands up, their hair stands up, because they realize, oh God, right?
Something's coming.
Something's coming from everywhere,
Yeah.
right? So, but it's not just this physical skill; it's this attention, right?
Excuse me.
So ponder that. Anyway, try again, Joe. Wow, we got Cindy Williams has joined. Possibilities are endless. Play and have fun. Back to you, Victoria.
Oh, Judy says you showed me the garden, and we went to the dog park.
Nice. Pull some weeds while you're here.
Yeah.
By the way, you can have fun like this. As a tracker, I used to touch tracks a lot because I wanted to learn how to touch track as well, right? So I can see a track, tell what's going on inside the track, and you start touching the track and feeling things. And for some reason, some of the older people that have done this for a long time say that when you touch a track, you're actually touching the end of a string. On the other end of the string is the animal, right? Just a thought. Again, you're not your physical body. I love manifesting up toys and fun and puppies and, being a loving husband. I think it's good fun, right? She manifests up the yoga. Cool. But really exploring. Neville Goddard was an explorer. Okay, he'd sit in the silence. He'd have fun. He'd spontaneously have things show up. He'd go see his nephew, right? All these things. It just wasn't, I'm feeling it real for the one big win to hit the lottery, so yada, yada. So everything will be different. If you want everything to be different, realize that you aren't the lie that you bought. You're not your body. You're not your history. Okay? It's you're not a statistic. Statistically, I'm dead. Right? Seriously. Statistically, I'm dead. I was born 3 months early, 2 pounds 4 ounces in 1966. Look up the mortality rates of babies back then.
They die.
Yeah, die, right. Yeah, my lungs shouldn't have been formed at that stage to a degree that was useful. Okay, 1989, another statistical year. And there's a couple more. First night on the job as a cop. Guy comes out of the bushes with his lever action. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. And it's like, and he had the drop on me. Statistically, fudged, right? Meanwhile, trying to keep that camera out of that thing.
Yep. So Joe without an E, yes, we do yummy bulletproof coffees, and we use the organic beans, and
And we buy them for like
yummy.
60% off because that's the kind of guy I am.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, that's it.
So Victoria, have you ever had any weird experiences in life with any of the stuff we're talking about? Time not adding up. Yeah.
I'm sure I have,
I'm sure you have.
but I've been alive a long time now, so I've got to remember.
More than 2. That's right.
The
little grand-cut child would ask, how old are you, Pappy? And I'd say, more than 2. I don't know. That's all you need to know. So are you.
No, I need to think about that one.
All righty.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
eyes in the back of your head. It's not about paranoia. It's not about whatever. It's about literally discovering. You don't have to be a point perceiving everything. You can be everything. You can perceive from everywhere. And here's the thing. Anyone who tells you they're special I'm special because I can do this. Right? We all have this thing. Let's call it the silent knowing. That to me is what this is all about. Silently knowing. Whenever she's silent and knows, okay, there's none of that going on.
Yeah.
The silent knowing is what you are, right? Whenever you play with the silence, you know you're not your body. It's just a point where you localize it. That's good fun, right? And you can experience from anywhere or everywhere. The thing is, if you think it's a fantasy, okay, back to reality, Victoria. Let's hit the grind and struggle.
I
right?
did,
Boom.
not that it's necessarily, it's sort of like this, but it's also a bit of yesterday's when we're talking about time.
Yep.
Or the day.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago. And I think it was 2 days ago you were saying to experiment. Yeah.
Yes.
Just notice time. And I remember, I don't know how old, maybe I was like 18 or something, lying on a beach.
Right.
And it was just one of those perfect days. Do you know what I mean? There was this light breeze. It wasn't too hot. I had my feet, I was lying down on the beach, but with my feet just sort of up to, the water would come in small waves. So it's not like a wave,
Yep.
But like a ripple up my body up to about my knees and back out again. And the sun was just streaming on my face. And I remember lying there and it was just absolutely glorious. What I was getting at was it's in times like that where time just stops and where you're aware of there is no you. Do you know what I mean? You're just aware of everything. It's like everything is you.
Listen to her story. Time stops. There is no you. Everything is you.
That's what it was
right?
like. Yeah.
It's not you versus time. Time versus you. Time is out there. I'm here. What is. Joe mentions no mind. I find words fascinating, right? A lot of people try to approach this as far as let's silence the mind. Okay, don't. Okay, when you get that you're the ocean, the waves don't bother you. You don't have to stop the waves. You're the ocean. Okay, by the way, there's only one. They say there's the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian. Oh, yeah. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, it stops here, and then the Indian starts here.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
It's like, is there a gate, a wall between them? Do you need a passport, right? To go from one ocean to the other, right? I mean, like, the nuns loved me, right? Yeah, not only did I ask questions about heaven, hell, the Jesus, so on and so forth, but the hand would go up and they'll be like, what? It says there's 7 oceans. Right. Well, I get that there's 7 apples, right? But I don't see 7 oceans. I see one ocean and a bunch of little landmassy things.
Yeah.
And they're like, sit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut your mouth.
All right. I learned dog training from the nuns. Snorkeling does this. By the way, notice you can experience this while snorkeling.
Yes, definitely. Yes. Because I've done, I remember doing that too. It's snorkeling or diving, just when you're totally immersed in the water, and it's you just get lost.
Yes,
it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Watch your sequencing, because nothing does this. And you can experience this all the time.
Yeah, got you.
Right.
Yes, it's only us that detracts ourselves from it being like that all the time. It's only.
Yeah, your concept of self is going to get in the way of everything.
Yeah.
Versus your experience of self. Okay, that's massive. Yeah, this is where we get to play, because I used to blame fighting for it, and so I'd fight a lot. By the way, I loved fighting, but as I got a little older and didn't want to just get whooped on much anymore, or whoop on people anymore, or just build quick training or whatever, it's like, well, I can experience this anywhere. That's the cool thing, because once you experience this, okay, and by the way, how do you experience it? You explore it. What's feeling it real? Feeling it real is not, I'm imagining that I am having a puppy. I have a picture of a puppy in me in my mind. No, experience being a puppy dad, right? Experience it in consciousness, and you'll experience it in physicality. And again, I'm just gesturing because that's where most people put things. But really, if you experience it, you keep experiencing it. Right? So this is where it's good fun. But you are the experience of the silence. You are the silence, right? And here's what's cool. When you discover silence, when you really discover it, it doesn't take away from, there's still the same amount of words in the world. Except you realize that the words are like this much. Okay, people who are stuck in wave, they're trying to count all the waves in the ocean. You can't. But when you're the ocean, okay, there's 7 billion waves in it, it's still silent. It's always silent. Okay, the stuff that shows up, cool, that doesn't matter. That the stuff can't disturb you when you realize what you are. By the way, Tanya has joined this show.
Oh, Tanya.
And I hope you're enjoying this week.
Richard? Is it?
Richie. Or otherwise known as Rich.
Rich. Okay, got you.
All right.
All right.
So, questions, comments, thoughts? It's fascinating to me because, what was that book I was reading? Had to deal with flow states and stuff. It was a really fascinating one. And it talked about how, especially the millennials are doing a lot of things like skateboarding and snow jumping and crap like that. And they're having these peak experiences and they're addicted to them.
Oh,
And-
yeah, I
and-
remember this
and,
guy.
and it's really, really cool, right? But the thing is, they're blaming it on the physical, right? And as long as you blame it on the physical, you end up being a 50-year-old skateboarder praying that you don't destroy the unit, right?
Yeah,
Versus when you can dial these up anytime.
yeah.
And at some point you get, eternally, you are the silence, and you can still speak. You are the silence, and you can do math. You are the silence, and you can make out. Whoa!
Because they were talking about, he was also talking about a festival.
Yeah, Burning Man.
Burning Man, that's it. I remember that.
Absolutely.
Book now. Yeah.
So it's not altered states of consciousness. The altered state, it's not even alternative states of consciousness. It's consciousness is the only reality. Your awareness of being is God. You give birth to endless attention, and when you start to discover the Sabbath, the silence that you are, you don't got to still your mind. You are the stillness that the mind lives within. Let that cook a noodle. All right. Anyone else? Victoria? Anything else? Look at that. The Rise of Superman. That's it.
Was that the name of it?
Yeah, that was. There were 2 books that he did. What's his name?
Because we
Andrew
listened to
Maxwell?
one on Audible, didn't we?
Yeah, we've got that on Audible.
Yeah.
You can tell I like a book when I have it on both Audible and Kindle.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to know one of my other favorite books right now, I've listened to at least 20 times, and also have the Kindle version. You have to join that, make mistakes, make money, make a difference group.
Oh, there you go.
That was good fun.
Yeah.
By the way, that all came from the silence. I didn't plan that through. I'm just, boom, boom, right? It's that fast, right? But if I had to figure it out, how can I get more people to join that group today? So I'll have an agenda while I'm talking, and I won't have my attention on Victoria or the message, and that's why when you listen to most public speakers, you are just wanting to cut your gonads off and feed them to
Leave.
yourself, because this is boring.
Yeah, got
Right?
you.
Versus somebody who's, you get the difference?
Yeah.
Nice, fun. That's mind-blowingly brilliant. Oh my God,
Thank
yes.
you.
Yeah.
Join without me.
All right, I guess that's it.
Yep.
So, 27 freaking minutes. Good Lord.
You can rant. Okay. All
I
right.
guess this is where we tell them to go and do things.
Yeah, but you got to get.
Tanya.
It's all right, Bubby. Won't be long. That's a
Look at
good
that.
boy.
So the thing stayed up the whole time. We've got to reposition
yeah,
it a
don't
little
have to
tiny
have
bit.
wings.
We have high winds today, too, by the way.
We
I am
went
wearing the tomato juice hat. Anybody that read that story?
to the tomato juice. Oh, so it's all right.
Mhm.
Doesn't smell.
A
Good.
little bit like V8, but
Yeah,
that's all right.
V8.
Just makes me want to
Angela
make a
likes
Bloody Mary for breakfast. That's right.
Okay.
Alrighty, so let's tell them some things.
What'd you learn? What'd you learn about you? And what was your best bit?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
All right. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Yes, that's right. I've got mozzie bites on my shoulder.
You know what they call the ranch in France?
What?
French. Meanwhile, back at the French.
I don't think they do.
All
Right.
Meanwhile, I told Victoria yesterday, right? You know what the Germans call constipation? The German word for constipation? Anyone? Yeah, far from pooping. Anyway, anybody that owned a Volkswagen back in the 80s, and we do the...
Go to freeneville.com.
That's right.
manifestingmasterycourse.com and feelitrealfun.com for
That
refunds.
is the rightness, everyone.
Yeah. Have a nice day and night.
I'm going to the dog park.
See you in 23 and a half hours.
You're going to the yoga.
Yes, I am.
Thank you for the love, guys. And
Karen
thumbs up.
might be doing hers today. I
Ooh,
don't know. I don't
Karen,
know
let us
where
know. You
Karen's-
doing the yoga?
I don't think she's here. Maybe she is.
Mercy.
Okay.
Music and fashion were always
And we'll see
the
you tomorrow.
passion
What
at
weird
the-
things are we going to learn?
Oh, tomorrow. What's the word tomorrow
Oh.
going to be? I've got so many options. Toss your questions up. How about if we do that? Put your questions on here.
That's good. So we've done
So-
time, we've done attention, we've done silence and silence.
Yes.
And it'd be nice to have a week of it.
Oh, yeah, totally. We got so many ways that we
So,
can approach this.
Questions for tomorrow?
So toss up some questions dealing with this. Please don't ask how to manifest a soulmate or money, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we've got, would you believe we've got like 27 or 47 shows on manifesting money on feelitrealfun.com?
47.
Something like that. That's like if you do the math, right? anyone who's watching the Money Loves Me video versus those, you know, I'm imagining you feeling a vibration in your vortex.
Okay. See you guys. Put up your questions.
Hey!
Oh, Karen is here. When are you doing another call?
Let me toss that up too. Maybe next our Monday or Sunday, a couple days from now. Why not? I miss them.
Yeah.
We'll check the schedule book.
Check the schedule. Maybe put a post up on Facebook and ask for interested parties.
That's right.
Okay.
Love you guys.
All right. See you guys.
Kaboom.
See ya.